what are we doing? You're just gonna guide me through this?
That's right.
Okay.
Hi there, it's Brian Sebastian, Movie Reviews and More, Worldwide TV Network, iTube 247 out of Franklin, Tennessee, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, all platforms around the world. So this is our last interview coming up from a Canadian out of Switzerland, who would have ever thought, Ali, with a company, Pixchange app. Tell me about this. Why is this important and how did this come about?
Right. Well, Pixchange is a gift, sticker, and AR asset marketplace. And it came out of a pain point that I had about 2 years ago. I wanted to send a bear hug to my nephews in Canada. And I realized that, okay, there weren't that many stickers. And then when I went to buy it, I actually had to buy 8 different stickers. I had to buy an entire pack. And then after that, I bought it, I sent it, and then I realized I could only use that pack inside that platform, in that app. And I thought to myself, this makes no sense at all. Like the average person is on 8 different channels daily. So, why do we have all these separate packs everywhere? This is like ridiculous. So I complained to some friends, and then there were friends of a friend who worked in dev. And we talked about a solution, which was building a keyboard. And that's how Pixchange was born. So we started out with creating a system where you can essentially share anything in visual messaging across all devices and across all apps. So that's really the core of it.
Oh my God, will my co-hosts love this? I can see them going crazy now. And when a woman's complaining about stuff, and if you're that guy, you better listen. Talk about was it difficult to get this going? Because it's not easy to start anything up, but not everybody gets a chance to tell the story.
Right. Well, luckily, I had a lot of people around me who built stuff before who are from tech. So I'm actually a therapist by profession. So for me, it was a very steep learning curve. I started working on it with my sister, who's been in IT for 18 years. So she kind of helped me take on the product owner role and go through the steps. And it's really like sculpting in a way. You have a vision, and then you have to kind of break it down to details, and you have to break down to the nitty gritty. To really have something that's refined enough that people want to use. But the process is fascinating. I think some people just love to build, and I happen to be one of them and happen to stumble across that with this.
So when it came to your sister, there's 2 responses always. Did she roll her eyes and say, are you nuts? Or did she say, yes, this is a great idea? Which one was it?
She said, yes, it's a great idea. But it's like a huge undertaking. Do not underestimate it. So she was quite realistic about it. So yeah, no, she was very supportive the whole way. It was actually, I thought I was nuts trying it out, and she's like, no, you can build it. So yeah, so definitely supportive.
So I saw this. So for the audience that hasn't seen it yet, talk about what this looks like. Can you show us?
Okay. Yes, I can. Do you want me to show it like from the screen here?
Yeah, if you can.
Okay, right. So essentially what it is, it's 2 apps. Because we went beyond the keyboard and sharing just stickers, we decided to add all the different types of visual content that you can share. So we went to the world of GIFs, MP4s, and we've entered the AR world. So essentially, instead of just putting a sticker on top of a video, you can put a 3D model inside a video and record it and then share it across social media. So the studio is where you get to do all that super cool AR stuff. So you can build 3D masks, you can build different scenes with 3D models and record it. And then the main app is where you find your stickers, GIFs, emojis, and you can share them across the keyboard. So which one do you want to see?
Surprise me.
Surprise you. Okay.
So pretend I'm that male, I am, that would like to give his girlfriend or wife something interesting and show her, I think you'd like this.
Right. Okay. So hang on a sec. I'm just going to plug in.
So it's almost like how you were looking for something that was interesting and you had to find many different things, right?
Right. So I guess the whole challenge is finding stuff that represents you. So we're about having this massive database where you can find personalized content and you can create it and then you can bring it everywhere with you. So it's like your wallet of like your type of content. So what I'll do is I'll maybe show you the AR stuff and show you how you can make pretty cool stuff really, really easily. What I'm doing right now is that I'm opening QuickTime Player. I don't know if I can share the screen while you're recording. Is that possible?
It might be.
Shall we try?
So. Yeah, you can try it.
All right.
But it's also one
Me.
of those things when you were doing this, I could just see just teen girls just going nuts over this.
Well, we have a couple of different user personas, but for sure it's the heavy social media user who wants to like stand out, right? So it's like, it's the people, it's the younger millennials who are living online and have their online persona who love to use this. We've seen like traction in a couple different places. So like, for example, in Asia, like their sticker artists, like they're like musicians. Like they come out with like new sticker packs, everybody follows them, and there's like all these trends behind it. And there's like probably a wider age range because they've adopted this type of like messaging a little bit earlier. And yeah, I'd say most people are like about 20 or under who use this constantly. And I'd say pretty much anybody up to 50 uses them. It's 1 billion people who share 20 billion gift stickers and emojis daily. So it's a boatload of people.
Well, and it's fun. It's like almost how can you keep up with all this stuff? I
Yeah.
I keep up with a lot, but it is overwhelming. But women and those teen girls love these things. And then all of a sudden you start seeing guys doing it, which I find quite hilarious. But it goes into why you had the idea for it, right?
Well, I wouldn't divide it by women and men. And I think like a lot of our stuff actually appeals to the gaming segment, which is definitely male dominated. So it depends what you're doing with it. Visual messaging is something that's super universal. So it's like, for sure, it solves the problem that like guys can find stuff they want to send that's not like a cute unicorn. And girls who want to send the cute unicorn can send the cute unicorn, or they can send anything else that they want, like literally anything you can make into pixels you can share. So maybe in a sense we're also breaking down those stereotypes because you can really just find what you want to say what you want.
That makes sense to me, and I totally get that. When it comes to this, what's the experience been so far for you virtually? Because this is actually perfect for you in a way, isn't it?
You mean like virtually, like since the world's gone virtual, like since
Yeah,
COVID,
yeah,
or
yeah.
yeah, yeah. For sure. There's no doubt about it. Like we have like amazing numbers like since we like launched. So like from since mid-November, like we've hit an audience of 78,000 people, which like we didn't expect. So it's always really hard when you're a super tiny app and you're just kind of getting out there. So yeah, people are communicating more online. So we just happen to be landing on trend. In terms of our team building and developing, we're all remote. So yeah, so that's fine too. So yeah, I guess you could say that we're a little bit spoiled that way. So yeah, it's definitely turned out to be a positive experience for us.
I know when I first saw my first million views, what was it? April 16th of 2019. What was
Mhm.
it like when you saw that first big number? Did your eyes go, is this real? Because that's what
Yes.
I said.
Absolutely. As soon as we hit like 40,000, I was like, really?
Oh my gosh.
I
Isn't
was
that
like,
bizarre? You're like, is
yeah,
this really? Is this a real number? And then you want
yeah,
to screenshot it, and you're like, and I went to I was at my family's thing, and it was just he and I. Just go, is this right? Is this number right? He goes, Brian, that number's right. I go, oh, so I can only imagine what your expression on that was like because now you start to keep track of them.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And it
Yeah,
never goes down. It always
yeah.
goes up.
Precisely that. Yeah. So then it becomes the question, well, are they happy? What can we make better? How can we do it better? But yeah, it's absolutely like I pinch myself sometimes when I open the app and I look and I see what's happening and all the action, and you can really see that people, are uploading, sharing things, and interacting. It's like, okay, we built something and people are connecting with it. this is quite amazing. So yeah, we're
What's a
actually.
what's a few things that stand out that they like, would you say?
Mhm. So what we've noticed is they definitely love to create. So they're very much into the studio and creating their own content. So user generated content is like really, really big. We didn't know if they would just kind of take the stuff that's already there or if they would be creating themselves. So that's one big thing we noticed. Another thing we noticed is that, like, for example, the gifts that we see that when they're uploaded by somebody in Asia, they're not like, you know, Hollywood movie people. They're not like, it's stuff that's very relevant to their culture. So in their language, their characters, etc. So we've seen like a huge, a much bigger variety than what you usually get fed through the different platforms. So we think that we hit like a need where people really wanted to have a way to share stuff that's more personalized. So we're quite happy about that. We'd love to get lots more creative people coming on, creating and selling as well and illustrating. So if you know people, tell them about it. Tell them to drop me an email. Because we think like that's really what it's about. It's about connecting with people with you know, you can write like with just 26 letters, you can write like poetry, you can write songs, you can write a zillion different things. And we really think that visual messaging is like that too. You know, if you say I love you to your, you know, to your brother or to your mother or to your wife, you say it a different way. So we really want to create that platform where you can find the way to say it how you want to say it, that's relevant for you.
And it's a perfect time too, especially with a lot of people being isolated. I mean, like I said, you don't know this, but I saw this coming in 2018. I just didn't know what the name of the virus was. So I was locked down really for September 23rd of 20, yeah, of 2020, yeah, 2019, actually, by myself in the house. And then I was going to do small little events. And then, like, it was February 2nd. I'm like, it's starting to get there. And people didn't realize this. So now that these people are really isolated, this is really perfect for them because you have time to create things. You're at home. It is
Yeah.
something that your kids could actually do to keep them occupied, right?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. It's something that everybody can build with. And we are really family oriented. We don't want to be that edgy app with, you know, controversial content. We really want it to be somewhere where you can go, you can find some good, wholesome fun, and you can just create some really cool things. So,
So
yeah,
when
for
your
sure.
sister started seeing this start to take off, what was her first reaction? Because she knew how difficult this was going to be to put this together, but all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's working. Then what did she say?
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think the key is to really just not give up. It's a lot of work,
yeah,
but if you
it is
know
a
it
lot.
is and you just keep going, you will get there eventually. And it's to listen to your audience. You know, that's the cool thing about tech is if we build something and it's somehow not right, like if you ask your customers, they'll tell you like what they need, what they want. They've got lots of opinions. And with tech, you can build it differently and then you can rebuild a different part. So you get a lot of flexibility as you're building too, which makes it, I think, fundamentally possible to, you know, or gives you a much better chance, I guess you could say, to succeed as a company.
Well, they also, yeah, they'll give you a lot of feedback, but they also don't know sometimes what things don't work that you might have tried. And it's
Yeah.
sometimes you don't have time to explain it to them because you're the one who's creating it and you're working the back channels and everything. We tried this, but it doesn't work. Not yet. Sometimes it comes down later down the pipeline that you can do more things, because you can
Mhm.
do everything all at once. And that's what a lot of people, they want everything that's instant now.
Absolutely. They also have a very high standard. Like we get compared to Instagram, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if they knew the size of our team and how scrappy we are, the expectations are high level. Yeah, without a doubt. So yeah, and they don't know what's happening behind the scenes. And yeah, we have a lot of stuff in the pipeline, which is we're really excited about, which is creating kind of like more interaction with the AR elements. So being able to activate so models with facial expressions, with body gestures. We're pretty excited about that. Now the new technology with the lid AR cameras and the depth cameras have really desk cameras in general made a revolution in terms of being able to sense the 3D world. And now with the new iPhones, it's brought it to the next level. You can even scan stuff in 3D with the new iPhones. So yeah, we're very excited to be there and to be building stuff and hopefully making most of our customers happy.
Well, when it comes to artists, poetry, songwriters, this is perfect for them too, isn't it?
Well, it's a way to, kind of stand out in social media. It's a way, like, let's say you're an artist and you've got like your alter ego. You can create like an avatar of your alter ego. You can interact with like fantasy objects. So for sure, it stands out like when you create things that way. So we're just giving people tools to express themselves, and for sure, people who are very much on the scene in terms of social media, it just gives them more tools to be able to please their audience and to entertain them.
Give you a social media link.
Social media link. Okay, so our hashtag is Pixchange app, and we're pretty much everywhere. So you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, anywhere you look. We're starting to make inroads there. We're mostly active on Instagram, I'd say.
This is also perfect for TikTok too. You're still working on things.
Yeah, TikTok we're posting, but we're not as engaging with the audience as much. Engaging with our audience is a lot more active on Instagram, I'd say.
Yeah, that makes sense. What do you hope to happen, say, between now and by the end of summer, would you say?
Well, we're hoping by the end of summer that we can like hit 750,000 users. So 750,000 users. That's our goal. So we want to add a zero to the end of our user base. And we want to introduce avatars. So you can be a fantasy character. So instead of like when you're filming, instead of seeing yourself in the camera view, you see a fantasy character that you can build in our platform. So we really want to bring mixed reality to the next level. And yeah, we basically just want to put smiles on people's faces.
I think that's great. Yeah, when you add that zero, it's actually really kind of cool, actually. It's it's one of those things where once we got to, because I know the dates off the top of my head, when we got to June 24th and we were at 2 million, I'm like, yeah, people to say this is a lot, but in my mind, no, we should be at 6, I'm thinking. So, I mean, that's what's in your mind, because you know where it's going to go. But when it gets there, you're like, well, can we go an extra? The answer is yes, because that part is out of your control. You're just doing everything behind the scenes just to push it up. I think that's pretty cool. Hats off to you. Because again, when did the idea come to you for this, and how long did it take?
The idea came 2 years ago. It came out in its roughest form about a year ago, and the final version came out like December 29th. So yeah, so we really, it's only just been a couple months. We did the Techstars program in London, which helped us a lot to like formalize our I guess the business side of everything. And yeah, so since mid-November, it's we're a company and we're rolling, and we've got lots of users coming in.
It seems like it's a long time ago, but at the same time, it's really not, because everything was just going. Because, like I said, ours started, June 24th of 2019. It's not that long ago, but it kind of is. It's really strange. But you're working on it every day. There aren't any days off. People don't realize this. It is a grind. And yes, there are those days you go, wow, we didn't know it was going to get here, right? But we're here and we can go, we got a lot further to go, because the sky is the limit. I think that's great. Congratulations to you on that.
Thank you. Yeah, it is a grind, but if you're passionate about it, it doesn't feel like too much work.
No, not at all. All right, give your social media links one more time and describe the company again.
Great. So Pixchange is a gift sticker and AR asset marketplace. We're basically the Etsy for digital art. And you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. Our hashtag is Pixchange app.
All right. Ali, I think you're pretty much for that. I mean, that's really, really cool. Congratulations on that, because that's not easy. However, timing was on your side, and you can see how everything's been going up for you. I think that's really good. Congratulations. So, yes, please go on their site, pay attention to what they're doing, because I can see a lot of these people just really just loving this app. And with that, as I always say, if you see someone without a smile, please give them one of yours because the world needs it. I'm Brian Sebastian with Movie Reviews and More, and we will see you next week.